Dutch baguette. That reminds me of the band that I was going to strike up called the 6-inch baguettes.
The 6-inch baguettes.
It's awesome. The title is awesome. Don't.
My friend was in a band one time called
Don't.
Fatty and the Three Green. I always thought that
Fatty
was a clever name.
and the three. Why am I using this controller? I don't play Doom with the controller.
And they had a fat guy as a drummer, and the rest was dressed up as in green. Fatty and the Three Green.
Crypt.
Yay.
And then through high school, there was a band called 12 Hour Shower, and they eventually turned into Stack Like Pancakes.
Stack like pancakes.
There's a band
Stack.
whose name is just 3 exclamation points.
Yeah, isn't it like Chick
Yeah.
or whatever you're supposed to pronounce it?
Oh no.
Yeah. Yes.
What are they?
no,
What are they? Some sort of electronic musician group?
It's impossible to look at a title like that and not think just asinine, narcissistic.
Yeah, exactly, Alfonso.
God, after that Velopax update, I really can't wait to back it up to get around to finishing that.
There was an update.
Well, not to the maps, but he showed us some new resources for it, which really impressed me. The items, particularly the armor sets. Particularly.
So we're on level 6. We've completed 5 of 14 levels from Super 64.
The crypt. This map is awesome.
I love this map, yeah, Crypt.
I love the aesthetic for it.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out that the stream is behaving very well today. I mean, I'm only like about, I think, 1 or 2 seconds behind your actual.
I got a new router yesterday, and I don't know if it's set up yet, but I looked into Twitch TV Advanced account, which was free, but I don't know if they
Available to who? Anyone?
I have to look it up again. There were some advanced account settings that I could turn on that I.
Oh right, okay, right, I see. I like those equal steps. Actually, maybe.
I actually do like. Actually, maybe I don't like them. Jesus Christ! Oh, I didn't save at all, of course.
What is Zimmer 5 supposed to be anyway?
I don't know.
Because people always use this. You seem to use it as like a cave wall or something rock-like, but I'm not sure it's supposed to be rock. I did it in a map that I made. Yeah, it's Zimmer. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That works for me. It's good enough an explanation. Oh, God.
Ow, bastard!
Ow.
Ow.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. My leg just decided to spaz, and then my kneecap went into the corner of the table, as you do. I'm one of those people who, when I suffer pain, I also get nauseous. As in, if you kick me in the groin, I'm liable to
Personalized
throw
joint
up.
replacement technologies. Oh.
Save before I forget. Since we've been talking about monster counts, we are at, 71.
71.
Last map was 82.
And I don't know. It really speaks to the quality of Plutonia to me that they're able to use like monster placement in a way where it feels like there's so much.
Yeah,
But,
we were
you know-
discussing that earlier. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah, it feels like you're being overwhelmed when there really isn't that many.
It's just because of all the darn chain gunners.
Yeah.
It's mainly because of, like, the good use of pressuring mid-tier monsters, to be perfectly honest. Oh, that's how I feel about it. It's that the mid-tier monsters are able to pressure you very well. If there's a way to get that. I forget 90% of the secrets in Plutonia.
Yeah, it's super stressful. Sorry.
Zombie man, holy shit.
We can't have zombie men in Plutonia.
Shit.
Another good map that used enemies to pressure you very well is Zazer's Untested Abyss.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Oh, I haven't played that. Is that out to play?
No, he has a unbalanced as fuck version out right now.
Deliberately
on?
unbalanced?
He just hadn't tested it. When I'm like, fuck testing it, give it to me, I want it.
Oh, he hasn't like put it online or anything yet, or on YouTube the way it is. Like,
No.
God.
oh, God.
You're just gonna be
Yes.
happy when it can be released, aren't you, Alfonso? Then we
What?
can start worrying about evolution the way TNT did.
Yeah.
That's
What? Maybe.
let's take it one step at a time. Oh, that reminds
I
me.
feel myself being
I
dragged
need to-
into that sort of project.
I need to email Sandy Peterson.
Essel, I've said this last night, Plutonia has all sorts of odd sector heights in it, and, all sorts of odd lighting levels in it. There's tons of, all the lighting's done by tens.
Tens?
That's weird.
Well, it's sensible in a way.
It's not just weird, it's pointless.
Yeah, it is pointless though. I mean, it would be sensible if it didn't only register in multiples of 16 in chocolate, so... Vanilla, rather. Crypt Genesis, another map I like. Oh, actually, I really like the E2 segment. I think there's some maps in E3 that I don't particularly take to.
I like all of Plutonia. Except for Ghost Town and the secret maps. I'm skipping the secret maps because I don't like it.
I don't like them either.
I like Cyberden.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I really... Plutonia just is one of those WADs that I've never really played through, and I don't know it that well. So it looks very nice. it certainly seems to take the most advantage out of like engine features of all the iWads. Like I saw a magic raising floor, and they do self-referencing
Sectors.
sectors. Yeah.
The most hilarious thing about Plutonia, and part of the reason I think all the maps are so small, is that the Kasali's TNT maps, 4 of them had to be cut down. All 4 of them had to be cut down because they were too big.
I always forget which maps they actually made.
Mill, Heck, and the 2 secret levels.
I love that there's a map called Heck.
Heck is just... I mean, Heck is the first glimpses of what Plutonia would be, and that is just 4 concepts straight copied from Doom 2 and put into their own map.
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna delete this whole map and start over. This is so bad.
We should do Doom 64, but we gotta do Final Doom first.
Savara, you should, just
go
throw it out
through
there
everything.
first, just to see if it's something we can, we can perform an autopsy on it.
In all times. No, I was being facetious, but I'll probably definitely.
But you do have doubts.
Yeah, mostly about this pre-exit door room because it's got all the parts, but they just don't seem to be coming together in any
Sounds
sort of
handy to me.
visual way. Like Doom 2, Map 01, every room is distinct. Of course there's a hallway between them, but you have the opening view, very distinct, and then you have the side quest room, very distinct. Excuse me, it's iconic, and then you have the big room that overlooks outdoor section, very distinct. But this map has one really nice distinct area. Well, the opening view, I think, kind of works. It's got it's got some angles and stuff and whatever. And then you come into a room that's pretty nice and unique looking in a distinct sort of way that overlooks the exit, but you can't get to it. You have to wrap around to it because you fall into a gap. And it just kind of seems to degenerate from there. I don't know.
Well, it's a small map, so I mean, if there's any problems that arise, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to pinpoint it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or the problems could just be like Noni Lama's map. Where the
There's
problem
just so
is
much wrong with Nani Lama.
everything.
Yeah, it's definitely not as bad as that.
Well, that's good to know.
Noni Lama. Noni Lama. Dalai
Barrels.
Lama. Dalai Lama.
Yes, there are quite a few barrels in Plutonia.
Good. I like this outer corridor with the revenants.
Yes. How do
I do
So
attempt
the-
kind of a Sandy-esque, like, what's this here for? Secret? Like, it's like set up, but it doesn't do anything, and you have to figure out how to activate it somewhere else. It's very small and simple version, but you know. Just highlight
You
it.
done went fuck that up, Tarsman.
I did done went and fuck that up. There's a soul sphere in there if I remember correctly.
Well of Cake Demons.
Fuck it, I cheated.
Did cheat. Cheater.
You are dirty.
Yay, Twilight! Yay, the Abandoned Mines 2.0. There are several maps where it's like Dario will do his version of a Doom 2 map, and then Milo will do like the Final Frontier is Dario is the living end, and
Map 21 is just way too Circle of Death. Slayer.
I love Slayer.
Circle of Death. I mean, since you said Slayer, I had to make it like trashy.
Oh, I love that every one of those steps is a secret.
Yeah, that's the best. No. One day I'm gonna make a map where every single sector is a secret, and it's just all gonna be tiny little 1x1 sectors.
Just to be that guy.
Yeah. And so it's like the whole map is just gonna be like the secret finding noise because it's gonna be ZDoom exclusive. You're just gonna be walking all over secrets, and you can't exit the map until you've found every single secret.
What do you feel about permanent chain gunner turrets, Tarsman?
As long as there's a way to kill the vial, I don't care about it. The only one that really bugs me is in Antichrist. It's the only thing I don't like about that map. Because there's never a way to kill the vial.
The electric duck experience. I played Mach 2 a really long time ago, and I don't remember it that well. Which map is that? I'll check it out right now. And just,
Does the original Doom the Way did have any maps in entire stake or something marked secret? No. No. Part of the problem I feel of Doom the Way did was that when it comes to play testing and bug fixing stuff, we sort of standardized the process rather than
Leaving egregious fuck ups.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, like that. Something seemed.
I like the word egregious.
So it seemed a little too clean.
Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, I done fucked this up, I think. Yeah, I did. Where's this? Here we go. Oh, is this not the one? I guess it's not the one.
Map 23. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy.
Well, I've forgotten all these secrets, to be honest.
It's not that teleporter, it's this one over here. Yeah, here we go. But yeah, as long as there's a way to remove the vial from infinite chain gunner turrets, I don't have a big problem with them. I don't have a problem with chain gunners that much in general, unless it's just like 900,
Honestly, the thing that just pissed me off about chain gunners is their expression when they're firing.
They're just so intent on killing you.
Yes, yes, exactly like that.
They're just.
It makes me annoyed with them. It's like, just calm down.
I really love how they use the shotgun noise for the chain gunners.
yeah.
Because it just makes their chain guns so threatening sounding. Like, I don't know. Like it's really tearing you apart. Because it is. Oh, it is. And it's just, oh, it's so satisfying. Like I wish the chain gun sounded like that. I don't know.
Honestly, I'd prefer the chain gun have for both chain gunner and just the standard issue. We'll just have a different sound entirely, to be honest.
Instead of the
Like
pistol noise.
yeah.
Or that, yeah. I don't like the pistol noise. It sounds like they're saying toe, 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 toe.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's how I've always thought of it, and I've always like, I don't know about you guys, but like the Doom weapons to me have always looked really weird. Like the shotgun looks like a triangle, and the pistol just looks like a like an egg-like blob.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. Like like now that
Yeah.
I'm older, I can discern like the depth that like see like the nose of the pistol and all. But like when I was younger, it just looked so weird to
Yeah,
me.
it's. I think it is. That is largely a carryover from when you were younger. As certainly is the case with me. This is why I don't like this map. Yeah, because you just identify shapes before you identify with something that you recognize. Like this is a shotgun.
Yep.
I'd hit 3, and then a triangle would come up, and then I would use the triangle.
Yeah, the triangle gun. Didn't you play this map already last night?
Oh, Omen? I did not play Omen.
No, I was playing Omen. That's why. I remember seeing it last night, but I couldn't remember where I saw it. Oh, that's right. I was playing it.
I like how you presented with the BFG straight off the bat here.
Yeah, Plutonia is just a great level, so just like kill things. Here you go. Go have fun.
Go to it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Brutal.
Gracious me, Alfred Hitchcock.
Why did I run right into that? Because I'm stupid, that's why.
No, you're smart.
Because you have the
109!
intellectual capacity of a squashed passion fruit.
Yes. We're at 109. We've hit the second map to break 100 monsters. 2%. Perfect death save.
Oh yes, doesn't Omen have a segment which rips off E4M8?
Yes.
Yes. Astounding.
Like I said, one of the things I love about Plutonia is how unabashful the rip-offs are. I have no problem with the fact that half the maps are rip-offs, because they're good rip-offs. Also love how just blatantly, like, I complain about this in nearly every other map set, but I don't mind that damaging liquid is blatantly inconsistent in Plutonia. I really like this segment right here.
So, continuing on from your observation some days ago and how you were saying that Sandy never used the full textures. Oh, sorry, not that he never used the full textures, but rather that he used them as sort of structuring a texture, sort of in the same way he would use any other texture, for example.
Yeah.
Just this is another. Yeah. Was there any instance in which he did use them to carry over from liquid flats? Aside from that one mini non-damaging blood lift in map 28?
No.
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 Not even once?
No.
It's pretty astounding.
He used them to fall into liquid flats for into the brown sludge on map 30.
Oh, that don't even match.
Yeah.
Oh, and yeah. And I guess on map 24, the blue key building is nukage beneath that, but, you know, it's...
Oh, yeah, there's nukage beneath that, but I mostly think of the interior where it's rock. Again, I think Essel's right in his assumption that they didn't come up with those textures until way later in development. At which point Sandy's just like, I have these textures now, I'm fucking using them. Wow, I done good fuck that up hard.
Tonsman.
You fucked up. You done goofed. Because I back-traced it.
See Archviolence.
Oh look, it's the only reason this map has more than 100 monsters.
Holy shit, zombies. God, the zombies look so much more threatening when they're presented in the way that they are here. Just because they're sitting on different tiers.
So they can all fire on you at once? Instead
Yes.
of creating a
They
massive...
can all see you, yes. Rather than, 90% of their shots going into each other's backs. Also, because the pillars are going up and down, it's like the zombies are heaving.
It's wonderful. That's what I liked about Plutonia. In Plutonia, it always feels like the concept is built around the gameplay instead of the gameplay being built around the concept.
Right, yeah. Damn it, there's no items in here for you to collect other than the ammunition? That's pretty cruel.
There's that teleport. I'm trying to remember where it takes me.
Expecting a Berserker pack to crop up somewhere.
Oh, that's right. It takes me to the end. Inescape pit.
But inescapable pit.
Oh, wow, it's a non-damaging inescape pit. It's the best possible kind.
Inescape pit. What is this?
No, it's the worst possible kind. You just sit in there forever
Yes, it's
until you die.
Because they're
Of
all
boredom.
they're all at a different height to start with, Jimmy, and what does that do? Oh wow, really? I really like this exit room.
yeah. I discovered that when I was doing my Doing the Way I Did map.
I think
Small
I may have to
confession.
pistol start this map.
Some of the lifts that I use there, the raise and lowering lifts, are actually not in multiples of 8. You can't do this map, as your pistol started.
This map has a section in it that I was trying to think of what that final jump and leap of faith reminded me of, and it's this map.
Would you like to take a reap
The
of
one
the
through the Soul Sphere box.
Yes. I feel like Essel's actual eponymous leap of faith isn't quite.
I don't know, I feel like it's a leap of faith.
I mean, you do have to jump like across the gap. Otherwise, you'll never know what's on the other side.
Yeah.
I believe this was the first UV speed demo to ever take advantage of the fact of a rocket death blowing yourself under that barn to the exit.
Really now?
Yep.
Interesting.
Would you like
What
to take a
happened
reap
between
of
you and this
faith?
Renwick customer? But if you and he wish to be buddies again, I won't stand in your way.
Why did I just save myself here? I think I just.
Your Lucian Sanchez is good, but I think your Dean Lerner.
Well, Lucian Sanchez used to be a little more impressive. I don't know. Actually, I used to be a lot better impersonator when I had a Canadian accent for some reason.
Because it's a
Loud.
more flexible accent.
Yeah, but I think it was that in combination with my still existing Australian accent to escape the gamut. Let's see.
Doom music. This is from my childhood. Man, it's nostalgic.
I
I
like
always
this
think
track.
this track is good take.
Welcome to my Doom Let's Play E1M1.
Too many times, Bavaro.
Sorry, that's just how I feel about people who do Let's Plays of Doom.
No, it's definitely right. Too many times. That's always the case. Stay on target.
We were talking
Barrel.
about barrels blocking jumps. That's another instance of that happening in Doom. Is that one right there in Plutonia?
Well,
I really like how this door opens up. When I do open it up. Man, it's so nice to just play a map set that I can just gush about and not be angry at anything in it.
this is your temporary reprieve before we delve back, knee deep in the shit. There are certain monster combinations, really seem quite odd to me, but quite funny. I mean, it occurred to me when I was playing The Living End, and then there's like Revenants and Zombiemen combined, which is just bizarre to me for some reason.
Yep.
Yep. It's good.
It's all good, guys.
Some monster combinations are just a match made in heaven, though, like Lost Souls and Cyber Demons.
Yes. You know what else is a match made in heaven? Essel and finishing speed traps. Instead of being a slow Samuel.
Simon says, slow down.
He needs to be a fast Franklin. What brought up the odd monster combination?
Sorry?
What monsters did you see in this map that brought up the... There are some monster combinations.
Oh, I saw, a Ragnatron and a shotgun guy. Which isn't particularly strange, but, no. So combinations of higher tier and lower tier monsters sometimes. Just,
I don't know, I'm gonna make a combination of zombie men and, the revenants. That's just the theme of a map now, zombie men and revenants.
It's an excellent combination. Get some punching going on. Some jibbing, meteor flying action.
Yes, I really do like how the sides of the door open up instead of the door itself opening.
Yes, I forgot about that actually.
And then this right here is what reminds me of the final part of Leap of Faith.
Ah, yes.
It's just
I still feel like Leap of Faith is just not... the actual Leap of Faith is just sort of... So I fall down, great, there's some nukage there. It was an inescapable pit, then that would be.
Yeah, it's a pretty assured leap. Like, you know, it's more like a
leap.
A leap of confidence. I don't know. But I like the name.
It's not a leap of faith of all, because if it was a leap of faith,
yay, the inmost ends. I
it
mean,
would be the belief of something with, you know, without any evidence.
You can trigger a hilarious...
You have all the evidence you need. The auto map says, you know, knows exactly what's down there. It's a leap of evidence. It's a leap of confidence. Yes, exactly right. That's all you have to rename your map now. Your map to Leap of Confidence.
Leap of Confidence. So we're playing the inmost neurosphere.
Inmost Neurosphere. It's kind of strange that you bring up how half the Plutonia remakes of Doom 2, how accurately true that is, and how I didn't really pay attention to that fact before. I mean, yeah, I played this map, like, oh, this is one of the most ends, but I didn't realize how frequently it was done. Basically, to the point that it's a running motive of Plutonia.
It is.
Yeah. The inmost depths.
I really like this map. This map has a, like I was saying earlier, this map has a hilarious VPO you're able to trigger in, What I find hilarious is that, Tom Mustaine needed to go home and get his own architecture.
Is it, like, hilariously...
I checked it with chocolate render limits, and it's something like 152 planes.
Wow. And it's, like, within the playable zone of
Yes! No, it's... I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll show you where you can stand and crash it.
Wow.
He looks fucking awesome.
Oh, snap. So apparently they announced the PlayStation 4 today?
Yeah, and like I was saying, it's pretty much just, hey, look, we can do what the Xbox 360 did 6 years ago, and every other feature of it is just, you might as well buy a PC.
Yeah. I mean, I have a PS3 and I really like it. I've always stood by that decision, but, like, I don't really care about the new consoles all that much. Because I feel like they're more getting up to speed with what a modern PC can do rather than, like, exceeding or excelling further beyond that.
So, for the briefest of times, they're matching the capabilities of a PC. Almost.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting themselves up to speed. I don't know. You know?
No, see, I think a console's best used... Like the Xbox 360 is, where it's designed specifically to, you know, be a very casual experience, very easy to use, lots of features that make social interaction, you know, easy. The achievement system pops out, it's fun to get achievements.
Yeah.
Shit like that. You know...
I've always been, like, really, like, back and forth on how I feel about achievements.
I'm an achievement whore, so... Like, I own games that I already own on the Xbox 360 just to get achievements with them.
Oh, see, I've never done that before. Alright, I'm looking at some of these PS4 trailers. See if any of these look interesting.
The guy who made Braid gave a speech at the press conference, and he's just like I imagined he'd be.
Does he have a beard?
No, he's bald.
Oh.
Just some guy, and he randomly started talking about films, and how when you make an open world, most times people make their open world really big, so it feels adventurous, but he's gonna make an open world really complex. It's like, oh, okay, buddy.
So there's some pretty snap-a-lap-a-dang looking graphics in this here trailer. I don't know if this is real time or not, but yeah, I think it might be. Because this guy's got
I'm lost. How am I lost in Plutonia? Oh, okay, I think I know where to go now. Yeah, alright, I was just being stupid.
Helix is fucking awesome.
this. So yeah, this seems like the logical next step of a console. Like, you know, pretty much what everyone expected.
Standard issue, run of the mill.
It's like, you know, here is the next console. The graphics are better, and we have some more games that are coming out. You know.
Which one is it? Wait,
It sounds so appropriately nihilistic. I
I don't know. I found that, like, new development in graphical technology for games just isn't as, like, exciting as it used to be.
is it on the exit game? I think it might be on the exit platform. I know it's one of these juts that stick out.
Why do you think that is, Bavaria? That's an interesting point, actually, you make, because I feel it's the same with me
Well,
at the moment.
I mean, there's
Do you think it's because, I mean, although there still obviously is quite a long way to go
well,
in
yeah, of
graphical
course,
advancement for computer
but like
games,
there.
the most noticeable sort of things have already passed or something, or is it something else?
Well, I mean, take for instance
I
the leap
think this
between
is
Doom and Quake. You know, it went from like this, half almost 3D environment with like colorful kind of cartoony textures on everything and sprites to like gritty 3D with lighting and shit like that. And that's like a huge leap, and it was so noticeable and like popping to the eye, and you're just like, wow, my eyes are swirling. But like then take like the leap between like Crisis 1 and Crisis 2. Like Crisis 1 was like and
right.
it's in 07 was like, oh, my computer is melting to play this game. And then Crisis 2 comes out and it's like, oh, look, things are more shiny. Oh, look at the way the water is kind of reflecting the sun a little better. And
Yeah,
um
Essel says it perfectly. We've hit diminishing returns on graphical advancement.
yeah, it just doesn't, yeah.
So we're
I don't know,
playing
you just
E2M1. It's a really fun map.
I feel like I've already seen like super really cool, and so all you can do is like just add more cool to it, and it's just like, well, I've seen super cool, so yeah, that's cool too. Oh, the sky has got some more shiny things in it, but I don't really care. Like the leap between Quake 2 and Quake 3, like Quake 2 was all like 3D graphics driven and stuff like that. It had some GL like whatever's, I don't know. And then Quake 3 was like curved surfaces. Biatch, like look at this shit. It's really sweet, and other stuff. And it's just like,
Sure.
I don't know. There has to be something more. There has to be some other way to advance rather than graphically.
Well, I mean, we're discussing graphically exclusively though, so
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, so purely on speaking graphically, graphic standards, you don't think there's
I mean,
any more potential for wow factor, really? Unless the gaming industry just ceases and just works behind bars for the next 10 years and then comes out with the works.
maybe I'm just like jaded by really nice big HD visual effects in general because I don't know. I see so much of it. Like like all these first-person shooters come out every like so much, so many of them every year, and they all look relatively as good as one another. And so I don't know. It's like
Maybe you're
your
getting
eyes
old.
are over.
Maybe you're getting
No,
old,
no,
Farah.
no, no. Here's what graphical advancement, by hitting diminishing returns in graphical advancement and making graphics easier to put on discs and easier to make, it means that all the time that can be devoted into making complex graphical resources, the faster and more advanced we make them, the more time can be devoted into, actually making more and more gameplay environments. Because, like,
Right, so
really
that
good-looking
yeah.
games, people bitch about how short they are, but that's because that's where all the development went into it. It takes a lot of time to make that stuff out. And,
Uh-huh.
a game's an investment, and, they gotta pay their employees, they only have so much of a budget, so it's understandable when, hey, we spent all the budget on this, we don't have the budget to, spend 5 years to make, a million distinct levels and, all this other shit that people, well, why isn't this in the game? Well, because it's a trade-off. Do you want a game that, somebody can pump out, 32 levels in a month, or do you want a game that looks, like a modern game? Doom, it's a simple game, so you can pump out, a map a day easily, if
Yeah.
you're not going overboard with it. Whereas,
Unless you just take the Diablo approach and write some sort of algorithm that generates levels or something.
Right, but even then, like the focus isn't going to be on like set piece graphical, climaxes and stuff like that. It's all about random dungeon exploration.
That's why
Slap it on
of course.
your sword.
if you want to talk about amazingly made games, for whether you like playing them or not, the Call of Duty games, in terms of how many assets have to go into them and everything that has to get made for them, are outstandingly well-made games. Like, the best in the industry. No games compared to them in terms of technical prowess. without a doubt. Just because of the fact that they're able to pump out such heavily scripted campaigns and all that other crap that comes with them, and have all these amazing visuals and all this other stuff that goes with that, it's just outstanding. But again, that's the reason why you got a lot of straight line levels, is because
right. Well, it's a well-oiled machine. Like they have it so finely tuned. Like they know how this is going to work. Every year they trade back and forth between Treyarch and Infinity Ward, and each team is like, okay, we got 2 years, let's do this, let's go. And I'm sure they have like stuff lined up, the works, like ready to be placed into development and fired off every year. I don't know.
And yeah, well,
I'm looking forward to seeing games. I'm looking forward to BioShock Infinite.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be really good.
Yeah, it looks
I have been restraining myself from watching any trailers regarding it because I want to go in fresh.
One of the
like
things
to go in fresh.
I really want to see is more use of exciting environments in games. We're at the point where graphics and gameplay, like with first-person shooters, gameplay's not gonna change. All right, I totally fucking was fucking ace at dodging that revenue rocket. Everybody should be jealous. I love that this map gives you an auto map right at the beginning of the map, just flat out like boom, auto map.
But you were saying, Tansman.
First-person shooters, with the prevalence of hit scanners, unless you're gonna go back to a mass projectile Doom-based first-person shooter with mobility, kind of like Borderlands 2 does. At which point, then you have the Doom-style gameplay, and then there's the more standard FPS gameplay, which, regenerating health and cover-based gameplay. Those didn't come around because Call of Duty did them. They came around because that's just the best possible way to deal with a mass of hit scan enemies. I mean, the first Call of Duty game did not have regenerating health. Go play that game on the hardest difficulty setting, and it's a
pain in the ass.
Misery. It's not even difficult. It's just, oh my god, poke around corner, I killed a guy, save. Poke around corner, kill a guy, save.
Yeah, it's World War II. It's like, I don't know, I feel like I'm actually in some D-Day shit right there,
It completely kills the flow, and so that's why we have regenerating health nowadays.
Right.
I'm trying to remember what part of this level is a ripoff.
I don't even mind regenerating. I don't think regenerating health is necessarily a bad design decision if it's
if it's used well. I don't mind it at all.
If it works.
I like the Halo setup.
If it's not like trying to be under the guise of like this is gritty realism. I don't care about gritty realism. I just care about it being fun and shit.
I good at doomed myself there twice. I'm so proud.
Nice. Double good.
Triple good. Oh, hi, Monster Condo.
Yeah. I don't like this map.
You don't like that, though, man?
No.
I don't mind it. I don't think it's one of my really favorite Plutonia maps, but it's quite enjoyable. There's only 89 monsters on this. It always feels like there's more.
89,000 monsters.
So my only interest at all in the gaming industry at the moment is how well it can be used as a medium for storytelling.
Yeah.
Because I really jumped on that when I played Walking Dead, and my friend suggested it to me because with the screenwriting and the like, so he thought I'd be interested.
You ought to go through System Shock too. It's $10 on Good Old Games, and it tells a really interesting.
I have this whole gamut of
atmospheric
games
story.
I have to play now. To follow this up, because I really think the industry, if it wanted to, could be used. I mean, there are many television series, for example, that I think could play out better if they were in an interactive story.
If you want a story, one of the best stories I played recently was To the Moon. Really, really like captivating story. I mean, there's no gameplay to speak of, or puzzles or really anything, but it just has one of the like most bittersweet, like beautiful stories I've seen in like a interactive game.
Sure.
It's like $10. I would get it.
The idea behind a lot of interactive storytelling is really good. Like the Mass Effect series, the idea behind the Mass Effect series, a trilogy of games where your choices shape the stories. The idea behind it was really good. It ended up being complete garbage because Mac Walters is a talentless hack who should never be allowed to write again in his life, but the idea behind it was solid. Now, if that could be executed, in a decent game, like a series of games where your actions actually impact the story.
I like Mass Effect 1.
I'm really talking about a movement here that isn't to take it actually into its own genre, so that it can't actually be considered a game, basically. So stop calling it a video game, start calling it an interactive story. I mean, that's the sort of shift on vision.
Well, that's just a visual novel.
Right, yeah.
Just with
gameplay. Call it that.
I mean, To the Moon sounds like it's
perfect. The story is, pretty standard issue, really. But that illustrates the point really well. It's that I became emotionally engaged in the story, simply because of the fact that I had, to place my own personal self into the protagonist in order to make decisions and stuff like that, and basically create emotional connections that wouldn't otherwise be there if I was watching a television series, for example.
To the Moon is just a linear experience with characters that, are established. I mean, it's not like you yourself is making decisions. It's a linear story. It's like 4 hours long. It's almost like playing a 16-bit. It looks like it has that top-down 16-bit RPG look, but it's just fantastic. I the visual. It's a very audio visual experience. The music is interweaved with like watercolor paintings, backdrops and stuff, and just really touching dialogue, and it's really excellent.
Good.
So I would check it out. I don't know if it's worth $10. It's like 4 hours long, and you'll never play it again. But
when I'm discussing the possibility of video games, if it wanted to go down that route, in for some games at least, to become interactive stories or whatever the word that Tarnsman just used was.
Visual novels already exist, bro. They're mainly
Japan,
sure. And they're mainly for dating women that are stereotypical characters and are all horrible. But what you want exists. And I think the way that the approach, not the final result, but the approach of Mass Effect is probably the best blend of using a video game, and it still feels like you're playing a game. It has gameplay segments, and that was always Mass Effect's weakest parts. But it felt like you made your own character, and you ran around, and you got to be a space lesbian if you wanted to.
Right.
Not alien blue chicks, but no. I'm just saying that I think that kind of idea where you get, a series of 3 games with the same character with carrying over decisions. I don't know, just something about that.
I like to think, the idea of it being like a game. I don't think necessarily has to have a really fantastic original story. It can have a pretty stereotypical, prototypical story, but just the added fact that you are the driving force adds another layer to it for me. I don't know if you ever played Privateer, but Privateer is one of my all-time favorite old school games, and it has a pretty simple narrative, it takes place in the Wing Commander universe, so you got the Kilrathi and stuff like that. But all you do, you're playing a merchant. You have a little merchant ship, and it's just your little beater that you're just flying to different planets. You can pick up commodities and transfer them to different planets for money. Take on mercenary missions and stuff like that, and you kind of create your own place in the world as just this merchant who pays his own way for everything, his own repairs, puts stuff on his ship by himself. And to me, that kind of experience is immersive enough for it to be engaging, like captivating story-wise.
Right. I would like to point out self-referencing sector fences. Also, what the fuck is going on in somebody's background? It sounds like they're cleaning their mic with an aerosol can.
That's always something.
I don't think that's me.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't. Oh, you know, it might have been me because I was dusting some stuff on my laptop, but I wasn't. I was doing it kind of
It's happening
unconsciously.
right now. This
Yeah, that's
very
me. Ready? Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, that is me. I'm
Slayer!
sorry. I didn't realize that was still loud.
Yay! Circle of Death.
But I mean, the argument that I'm trying to make is that I think, as a medium, video games have the potential, and I don't agree with Tarnsman. I don't think it's reached that. But I've seen glimmers of it in some games. If any of them wanted to go down that route, they could. The potential to be.
I never said it's reached that point. I've
No,
said
no,
that
no,
there's
no,
been
no,
the
no, no, no.
idea.
You said what I want already exists, and what I actually want is what I would like to see is for video games, if it wanted to be able to achieve the same amount of depth as you could achieve in a television series, and be regarded as such by society as a whole as a sort of on equal footing medium of storytelling.
Right. Well, no, the way in which a story is told has been the way you want has been around. You just want actual stories that don't suck to be told with them.
Right.
Again, and it's like
I don't know if you
yeah,
ever played like
I
Deus
guess.
Ex, Alfonso, but
No, I haven't.
it has like it has a story where you can kind of I mean, like the main points of the story are always going to have to be there, but there are branching paths, there are decisions you can make. You can kill a character in like the beginning of the game and he won't be there later on, stuff like that. And it's early, so what? Someone highlighted me.
anyways, which is pretty much what I want too, Alfonso. Again, the idea that of a game being a storytelling mechanism instead of just shoot things has been attempted. It's just been attempted poorly by people who fuck it up.
Right.
I don't think it's always been attempted poorly. I think very good examples exist, like System Shock 2 or System Shock. I thought BioShock was really good too. I really liked BioShock.
Yeah, I liked BioShock.
But I mean, I really like to eliminate the concept of game entirely from it. I mean, for this particular branch. So
and then
the
just turn
story
it
isn't
into, like,
catering towards the gameplay experience.
Again,
there isn't any gameplay
what
experience to
you
speak of.
want-
It literally is just the story, and you're
it-
making decisions, and
It's
that's
called
investing
a
in the way that.
visual novel. They
Yes,
exist, just nobody has made a good one, or they might have made.
Study.
Because
I mean, I really have to address this because I can't ignore the fact that when I played Walking Dead, I was more invested, despite the simplicity of the story. And the number of films I've seen in which the story is so that much more complex and should really grab my attention more than that game did.
Alfonso,
I can't ignore the fact that I was more emotionally invested.
I kind of almost feel like what you're experiencing, but in a different way. Like you found this this one example of how you really wish more things were, and then like most things just don't pull it off the way you. And for me, it was the co-op from Portal 2. I thought the co-op from Portal 2 was a really just fantastic story engaging experience with another player, which I thought was really brilliant. Like I played through it with Craig's. And he and I just experienced this really quirky kind of adventure together.
Have you ever played Portal 2, Alfonso?
No, it's becoming pretty clear to me that if I wanted to explore this further, I really should go out and play some more games that.
Alfonso, if you've never played Portal 2, I will buy it for you on Steam and we can play co-op together.
It's fantastic. It's really, really an experience. Plus, you can make your own maps for it. It's relatively easy to do so.
That's quite astounding.
Because that's something you really need to experience, and I will totally play through that again on Steam and see if I remember how to do any of the puzzles.
I in a fit of embarrassment got really, really stuck on a puzzle. I was playing it with War Torn, and I had just come home from a 9-hour day at work, and I was really tired. I was outside all day and shit. And we got to this one puzzle, and we finished the whole puzzle. Except all I had to do was jump back through a portal and finish it, and I stood there for 7 minutes, just I don't know what to do. I'm complete, and my mind just kept shutting down further and further. I'm just like, and he's just like standing there like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm just like, no, I'm not. I know I'm just retarded, but like I cannot figure out what I'm supposed to do next. And oh god, it was very it was astoundingly embarrassing. But I did eventually finish that with fuck it. We went through the whole thing again, and I had no problems that time. But yeah, great stuff. Really good time, yeah.
Yeah, Portal 2 is a great game.
This discussion actually reminded me of it's probably a failed sort of means of storytelling in books. Did anyone ever read Goosebumps?
Yes, choose your own adventure.
Yes. There was a you could get to the end of a page. I'm pretty sure that, and then it would say, certain line of books. Turn to page 76, and you turn to that page.
See, I always used to
the end. You got to a dead end. And that.
I always used to test the waters. I would flip to the page and like read the first line and be like, "Oh, I died, go back," and then I would go back. Because I could never commit.
Well, they have that in video game form too. That was the old text adventures. Krabby Flask.
Krabby and Flask.
Krabby Flask. There was one. They actually put one in Saints Row 3 where you started in a dungeon and ended up in a field with a unicorn, and to complete the game, you had to kill the unicorn by decapitating it.
Really? That was the
it was like the options, like pet the unicorn. If you tried to pet the unicorn would eat your face off. Run away from the unicorn.
Slayer. Finished. It's about 22.
I never finished Saints Row 3. I got like halfway through it, and I had to replace my hard drive because it exploded.
So, Tarnsman, have you never played Past Impossible Mission?
No, I've played the Past Impossible Mission all the time.
Right, Vera.
Rivera's never played Past Impossible Mission.
I've skipped it, and just, I mean, I feel like now I could, get through it, but at the time I was like, what the hell do I do now? I'm gonna do this later, and just later never happened. It was frustrating.
My second favorite map's coming up after this.
Interesting. Have you played your favorite map ever, Tarnsman?
No, we've not played my favorite map in Plutonia.
Interesting.
We're not gonna play my favorite map in Plutonia for a little bit.
What's your favorite map?
You'll see it when it comes up.
Oh. Well, okay.
Anyways, the Green Herring asked me some shit, and I never responded to him because our discussion was going on. Yes, 90% of visual novels are horrible Japanese dating sims or porn games. But the story, what Alfonso wants, exists. Okay. It's just not used in the way Alfonso wants it to be used. It's usually you play socially awkward Japanese teen A who transfers to place B, school, work, hospital, whatever, and meets girls C through G, and then you have to decide which one you want to bang. Or all of them in some cases. Or in really odd cases like School Days, you become a pimp, and then your philandering ways get one of the girls to murder you because everybody's so in love with your cock they can't share it.
Astounding.
They actually made an anime adaptation out of that ended with him getting stabbed 13 times, and then one of the girls becoming pregnant with his baby, then the other girl cutting his head off and taking it with her on a boat after she killed the other girl.
Have you played these, or do you just read about them?
No, I've never played School Days the game, but I watched the show, and it was fucked up.
Oh.
In retrospect, I think there probably could be some gameplay elements retained.
Is it true that there is such thing as amputee porn?
Yes. That's all. Let's not discuss that even further, but yes.
I didn't want to go any further.
So I guess there wouldn't be fisting,
existence.
there would be stumping or something.
Oh my god, Alfonso.
Oh god. The word stump. That's a horrible word.
It is disgusting, man.
It invokes like terrible imagery in my head.
Really? Are you one of those people who hate stump, like those people who hate the word moist? There's apparently a large group of people who hate the word moist.
I don't mind the word moist. Because moist, like, is like a moist towelette, and it makes me think of like cleaning my hands. No, but stump is a really bad word.
No, there is actually a movement to remove moist from the English language because people hate it that much. Like,
Really?
Yeah, there's just a lot of people who hate the word moist.
No, I don't mind the word moist.
It's not my fault that that's actually deprived, isn't it?
Yeah,
You know, that's
depraved.
essentially something.
I don't know. There's a but moisture. When I think of moisture, I think of like dew on the side of something, or I think of like a nice cake, and not like moist as in soggy, but moist as in like nice and full bodied. I think of moist towelettes, washing my hands off with one after a nice dinner, or like ribs or something. No, moist is a good word.
Tarsman, though, would you agree, or would you think of, in fact, any examples of television series, or not necessarily films, but more so television series that could be better, could have greater impact, emotionally or otherwise, if they were done in the medium of interaction, like that?
Probably some crime dramas. I mean,
Yeah, actually, possibly.
I mean, I think especially something like, I don't know, like Breaking Bad, or really stories of somebody falling into a life of crime. I think that could have a lot more
Breaking
harder.
Bad.
Yeah, Breaking
I mean,
Bad.
it seems to me like there could be some limitations though to this idea. I mean, like you'd have to, it would almost certainly have to revolve around one protagonist.
You're right, that's what I'm saying. Something like Breaking Bad, where
Yeah.
you have somebody who starts out as a sympathetic character and then devolves.
I think Dexter would be an interesting premise for a game,
Yeah, that too.
even if it gets really fucking hokey later on. I still like it though. I don't care if it's hokey. It's become one of my dad and I's bonding shows.
So cool.
Yes, the one about a girl who's supposed to be King Arthur's Fate Stay Night. She actually is King Arthur, and
There are other problems though with the medium. Now, come to think of it, for example, you have to ensure that the player's motives, or what the player wants the character to do or to perform, stays in line with what the protagonist is actually doing in the story. Like, you can't say the protagonist suddenly shifts his interests to wanting to do X instead of Y.
again,
And
that's
then
the
you have
biggest
to,
problem
you
with
have to
Mass
carry
Effect.
the player along with that. So,
That's,
I mean,
yeah.
it seems to me that there could be more challenges, to be honest. But again, I think it's something that has to be explored.
Yeah, again, Mass Effect was probably one of the best attempts at it, simply because it was a, create a character, or in most people's case, put yourself in Commander Shepard's shoes, but, I always create a character, I never roleplay as myself, I always, first off, it's always a female character, because I want a nice ass to look at when I run around, and because space lesbians, again...
I liked Mass Effect, the first one anyways.
I liked Mass Effect for a while, and then I really started to think about it in retrospect to the rest of the series, and how the plot of the game basically all depends on the Council taking an easily altered audio file and the testimony of a traumatized dock worker as, Well, that's what it is. Here's the biggest problem. Here's the biggest problem. Nobody in Mass Effect, in the main characters, ever sees Saren betray Nihilus. So... Commander Shepard and all these Alliance personnel just assume that Saren is evil because one dock worker said, oh, by the way, this guy shot his friend in the back of the head. Okay, right off the bat, so, the most decorated Turian Spectre just suddenly turned evil. But, oh wait, no, we can believe it because he's been a bastard all along. And then you get this entire segment where Anderson is like, Saren's not a good person. We have to hate him. But then the game immediately, it's like, no, wait, Saren's actually a victim here. And, he's trying to be a sympathetic character. But he can't be a sympathetic character because he's already generic evil villain 1. And then, oh no, Benezia's here and she's Liara's mother. And instead of doing anything with it, she gets one scene of horribly written dialogue. And then she's just killed off. Okay,
Yeah,
so there's
that happens really fast.
There's
I remember
problem
that.
one. First off, okay, so and then the first video game just ended and we killed Darth Vader basically. Okay,
Yeah.
Darth Vader died in the first act, so we have no Darth Vader for acts 2 and 3. Big problem right there. No, we could have had Benezia be the final boss. You know, actually give her time to develop, and then have Saren come back in the previous games where he could grow as a character, so that when he finally shoots himself in the head, you could be like, man, there was build to that. You know. It's an awesome moment, not just, hey, I'm Saren, alright, you're right, I'm under Reaper control, let me blow my brains out.
When you put it that way, it is a pretty underwhelming story. But like, I don't really the main like plot of Mass Effect was never of what interested me in the first place. I more like the idea of just like it's just a universe of you know, alien backstories, and there's history to it. There's a lot of planets. I like the mythos and the lore surrounding it more than I do the actual plot line. I mean, it seemed like most of the decisions you made in Mass Effect 1 turned out to be like side little quips in Mass Effect 2, or like, oh, I have what's her face instead of what's his face as my like I talked to her once at the beginning of the game thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I really did like that about Mass Effect, but again, like the planetary exploration was, you know, game limits. There were far too many planets that were just
that was very underwhelming.
Were just blank planets that you really never got to. Where the fuck is the teleporter? I think it's right over here.
Like I always say, I wish they would come out with a Mass Effect space sim, like Privateer, where you could just play as like an everyday merchant in the Mass Effect universe and just fly between different systems and, you know, just go about your business. You can take on mercenary missions and stuff. Pretty much, I don't know if you ever played Freelancer. It was pretty much Privateer, updated, but like that, except
that's right. I can't.
a little better.
I need to get the red key.
I must sound like a total geek to my roommates, which is fine with me. But I just thought about it.
I love that trap right there. It's just like 7 barons and an archvile on top of you. You're like, fuck. But you can easily avoid it if you know, are prepared for it. And even if you're not, you can avoid it. And that's what I think a good trap is. It's something that really catches you off guard, but if you, like, critically think for 1 second, you can get out of it.
Well, I mean, I'm screwed.
But yeah, no, I agree with you, Alfonso, that definitely video games don't always have to be about gameplay, and that they definitely can be a really fun interactive story. I just think that, again, the story has to be well written, and you actually have to have the impact on the story, not just, you know, oh, I didn't kill this character in Mass Effect 1, so they send me an email in Mass Effect 2 telling me they're alive, and shit like that, or oh, I spent 3 games building this massive fleet of enemies, and then the ending makes no fucking sense, and all my decisions were totally pointless.
I still don't even know what the ending to Mass Effect 3 is. I never played it. I never bothered to.
It's horrible, the ending to Mass Effect 3.
I've heard it was just like so unsatisfying and just like, oh, well, that was dumb.
It is. That's exactly what it is. What the fuck is going on with that? There we go.
Yay, Tombstone.
Yay, Tombstone, my second favorite Plutonia map.
And the most monsters, I think?
Second most. Oh, most out of any secret level starts with 196. But again, that's because this map is fucking huge. And, of course, it's by Milo, once again. I find most of my favorite maps are by Milo. I think only, like, Omen and Compound. There are a bunch of Dario ones I like, so I take that back. And I'm not a big fan of most of Milo's E1 stuff, like Ghost Town. And half of Aztec.
Aztec.
Aztec?
Side, there's a secret door over here somewhere. I just gotta remember what the fucking side it's on.
I'll be back in a moment.
There it is.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Pavera.
Yeah. Apparently, they found some dead woman's body in a hotel water tank in L.A.
Apparently, the United Postal Service is trying to make up their deficit in their budget by selling their own line of clothing.
Oh, so I can wear a USPS shirt.
No, it's like special U.S. Postal Service all-weather clothing because rain, snow, whatever the fuck their motto is.
Oh,
Neither rain nor sleet nor snow.
I don't know, but apparently this girl's body had been decomposing in this water tank in a hotel for like 2 weeks while people were like drinking and bathing in the water.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. That's some TV show stuff right there.
In Brussels, I think it was, some thieves got away with $50 million in diamonds in a really well-planned airport heist. The diamonds were coming out of Zurich. It just happened today. I saw it on CNN while I was sitting at the city of Irvine waiting to get a plan permit.
Fun. Testimonials for the hotel Deathwater. The water did have a funny taste, Sabrina Baugh told CNN on Wednesday. She and her husband used the water for 8 days. We never thought anything of it, the British woman said. We thought it was just the way it was here. Yes, this is how LA water is.
Dude, LA water is disgusting, but I don't know.
The shower was awful, she said. When you turned the tap on, the water was coming black first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. I shouldn't be laughing. I mean, this is a horrible tragedy. But,
was she murdered or did she die of natural, like, she just accidentally fell in the water tank, or
they're investigating the suspicious death. She was like 21-year-old.
Also, there needs to be a Doom map called Hotel California.
Welcome to the Hotel California. I'm not gonna sing this time, I promise.
Such a lovely place, such a lovely place.
That's actually one of my least favorite Eagles songs.
Really?
Yeah. Well, okay. I don't think I like the song. Actually, it's a good song. But I have always loved the Eagles' penchant for like just making really bland like derivative '70s rock. It's just they are like the poster child of it. You know, it's just you've got Heartache Tonight. You've got The Long Run. You've got Take It to the Limit. I mean,
Life in the Fast Lane.
Oh, Life in the Fast Lane.
I have
Those Shoes.
I have no problem with generic, 70s rock.
I mean, it's so like it's like they branded the sound. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Just like I don't mind generic cheesy hair metal.
Oh, I love hair metal. It's one of my guilty pleasures.
It is, yeah. Some Motley Crue, Warrant, although I think the only song that they ever did was Cherry Pie, which is such a fucking retarded song.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for them too, because like the guy, they wrote the song because the record company was like, we need a single, we need this. All this shit is like, this is like, you actually wrote these songs, like we need a single, and so he wrote the lyrics to it on the back of a napkin, and like tossed it at him, and it became like their only #1 single ever.
That's just.
It's really sad. Like he has to live that down for the rest of his life. I'm the cherry pie guy.
Yeah. Who's the member of Led Zeppelin who absolutely hates Stairway to Heaven?
It's Robert Plant. He
Robert
hates it. Despises it. Like he would literally like when in concert, like Jimmy Page would be going off in his 30-minute solo. Robert Plant would like just go backstage and drink while they were finishing it. Just kind of like the Doors. Like when the Doors would do Light My Fire, they would like just go off in like 14-minute intermissions while Jim Morrison would like sit under the stage reading poetry into the microphone, and just like they're all tripping really hard on acid, and it's just super crazy shit, yeah.
I love how many one-hit wonders have just like the oddest stories behind their #1 hits. Like Inagata Davida was was the guy was so fucking wasted. He was trying
Yeah.
to sing in the Garden of Eden.
In the Garden of Eden. Yeah. Well, did you know Owner of a Lonely Heart, Yes's like only #1 hit,
Yeah.
was written by the new guy in the band. That they threw him a bone and let him like put his song on the album, and it turned out to be like their most successful hit. Oh yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I don't know. He had puppy eyes.
That'd be hard to live down.
Yeah.
That your #1 hit came from the guy. You're like, oh yeah, you can write music if you want. I love how half the blood in this map doesn't damage and the other half does.
Yeah, I love inconsistent damaging floors. I love how high that switch raises.
Yes. I also love that you can glitch it because it's a non-crushing switch. See, I don't mind inconsistent damaging floors when they're as hilariously inconsistent as they are in Plutonia.
I love damaging water.
I do love damaging water. Wow, I done fucked that one up.
You done goofed. Where did Alfonso go?
He said he had to go grab something, I think.
Oh. The Fonz, the Fonz.
The plane, the plane! Isn't Ricardo Montalban dead? Didn't he die recently?
I don't know. Good question. I couldn't answer that truthfully. Man, really old RPGs are so ugly to look at.
Wow, I'm behind the times on that one.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at good old games, and they just released a game called Darklands. Came out in 1992. It's a CRPG, and I'm just looking at screenshots of it, and it's so
There's a
low
really old
res.
RPG called Hydlide 3D that is also on the list of horrible shit we have to play. It's apparently just atrociously bad. Like, the developer going out of business bad.
Well, I mean, the game has good reviews on Good Old Games, but it just looks... It's one of those, like... It's one of those things I file under... I'm sure it's a really great old game, but I'll never be able to get past how it looks. Because I'm a terrible, shallow human being
I was
like
about
that.
to call you shallow.
And then there's games where I love the ugly, crusty old visuals. Like any of the Ultima games.
Oh god, the Ultima games, yeah.
Ultima 7 is like one of the most breakable, hilariously Cheater's Paradise games ever. I love it. Like there's a room in like the first town of the game where you can just like stack a bunch of boxes, and you could go into it and you have every powerful weapon and piece of armor in the entire game just sitting there. It's hilarious.
Grab some rockets.
Hydline. I'm gonna look that up.
Hydlide, the first one, is a really old RPG. It was released in the U.S. around the time of Zelda, but it was like one of the first RPGs ever in Japan. And then they made a 3D version of it. Atlas did. I don't know if they restructured as the current Atlas, who makes the Persona games, but they like almost went out of business because of it.
Atlas. Atlas is a cool company. I have Persona 3. I'm about halfway through that game, but I haven't played it since last semester.
Hydlide is one of those games that was good for its time, but when it came out on the US, it was not good for its time, because it'd be like, I don't know, if Halo 1 came out today.
Yeah. Virtual Hydlide, is that what it's called?
Yes.
it has full 2.5D. I'm looking at it on the old Wikipedia. Did you ever play Kingsfield?
I don't remember.
They're kind of like the precursor to the Demon Souls and Dark Souls games. They were on the PS1, and boy, were they panned by most critics. Like I remember, I used to get official PlayStation magazine, and they had like a yes. I need a hammer. Oh, hamburger. Hamburger.
I'm gonna go eat his. Oh fuck! I gotta go tell him not to use all my propane up.
Am I keeping you from a cookout?
Oh no, dude! I just have random people over all the time.
Oh, okay. The Counter Goat Initiative.
I'm back.
Nice. So you just randomly have people at your house all the time?
Yeah, pretty much, dude. Friends, whatever. I have one
Fun.
friend who's pretty much homeless, and he just squats between a bunch of our houses.
Oh, that's fun. I was gonna do a program, like I have a programming project due next Wednesday, and I was gonna do that, but I'm just so tired.
You
Class
just
today.
don't want to do it.
Yeah. Wednesdays are my long days. I go until 8:30 at night, which I mean, it's not that long, but it's like
When do you start?
9.
Oh, it's not bad.
It's not terrible, but I consider it my long day, quote unquote. And it was so fucking cold outside. Walking to my car was like, oh, my face was like numb by the time I got back.
But yeah, dude, like 4 different people have keys to my house. Mainly because when I go out of town, I just let them stay here.
That's pretty cool.
Although I don't think I'm gonna... Oh god, I done fucked this up. No. I don't think I'm gonna go out of town as much this year as I did last year, simply because I learned last year that going out of town to, personally manage a lot of projects is a waste of time.
Really?
Yeah. People always think, like, when people criticize managers, it's always, oh, they're just sitting on their ass telling other people to do their jobs, but it's really what you gotta do. It's Dario Casilli's attempts at the living end.
But you're like an owner though, so like you've got other shit going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how business really works now.
If I just had to manage one project at a time, I'd definitely do it all on site. But I don't, and going out of town, I don't know. It just, I made myself needlessly busy last year.
Wow, this is the living end.
There's another The Living End map in Plutonia, which I love. I love the fact that there's 2 The Living Ends. And, I like it a lot more. It's, actually, no, I lied. Tombstone's my 3rd favorite, Plutonia map. The other Living End map's probably my 2nd. Antichrist is just a fucking great map.
It is not, however, a very good movie. I don't recommend it.
Who did Antichrist?
It was that.
Lars von Trier?
Yes.
That was with William Dafoe, right? Is that not the movie where the lady smashes his nuts with a block of wood?
Yeah, that's one of the more restrained things that happens on screen in that movie.
I really like that this secret is just... It actually doesn't have its own walls. Like, it's actually just a two-sided wall shared with the outside, but it's made possible by just it being raised like 1,000,000 feet above the rest of it.
Yeah, that's cool. Root doot. Rip rip.
God dang it. I'm trying to remember, but I think the blue key is entirely pointless in this map. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, man. I remember what it's used for.
Almost entirely.
Is there a map called My Friend Dario? Because there should be.
Aha!
Welcome back.
There he is.
Aha!
Hooray!
Yes, yeah. Washing machine broke and I had to bail all the water out of it. How fun.
That's awesome.
Oh,
extremely
dang. That's a lot of fun. We had similar issues. I had similar issues with our laundry equipment about a year ago here. The washing machine, the you know, the thing that spins, the spinny thing, it came out of alignment and it was just... That's it. Thank you. I couldn't... The word was not coming to the forefront of my head. And anyways, it came out of alignment and it was just like wobbling. And so every time someone would start the washer, the thing would just like into the middle of the floor, and I kept having to tell people, don't use the washing machine. It's going to be fixed. Just
So
you have
everyone
enough
has to go back
clothes,
to the
you'll
18th
be okay.
century and start washing things by hand. Well, I suppose it's 20th
Either
century.
that or take it to the dry cleaners. I mean, we have one like not that far away, I'm sure. I don't go to dry cleaners, but oh god, and the dryer.
I have a really
Oh.
good dry cleaners by me.
I live right next to the laundry. Like it's a thin wall away from me. And so at night there's kind of this unwritten rule in the house. You don't turn on the dryer at night because I will turn it off. I don't care whose laundry it is. It's turning off because it is so loud. It is so loud. I mean, and then it stops, and it's this horrible buzzy screech noise that goes on for a couple seconds, and it just wakes you up. It doesn't matter how deep your sleep is, you will wake up. And so I have made it kind of my little rule that if somebody turns on the dryer while I'm trying to sleep, I will go out there and turn it off. And there's nothing they can do
You
about
good?
that.
Yeah. You good. Take a stand.
Yeah, take a stand. Put my foot down.
Also, that BFG shot.
That was quite spectacular. Playing Temple of Darkness, a really good map.
I quite like this map.
I do
actually.
Love this map.
The second half of it at least.
I don't know. I like the first half just because of how disconnected it is from the second half. This map is very Sandy-esque in the it's just a bunch of concepts.
Concepts aren't very strong though, I don't think.
Or
I mean,
not
strong
concepts.
enough.
A bunch of different themes all mashed together.
Sure.
It's one
Sure,
of.
dag.
I get what type of Doom 2 map they were imitating when they made this. It's just one of those a bunch of sandy room maps. You know, each room has its own little thing going on.
Isn't there any Plutonia map that is just its own map? Surely.
Yeah, like Aztec and Congo and Well of Souls. Mostly the E1 stuff. It's really after E1 they just stopped and were like, fuck it, we're just gonna make Doom 2 maps because they're good. Which I don't have a problem with. That ambush. I like how it's zombie men behind you because, like, you instinctively hear the awake noise and you think chain gunners because it's Plutonia, and then you turn back like, oh, I ran away from zombie men.
That's good though.
It is.
Suez. That's your favorite map, isn't it?
No, it's not.
It's not. Interesting. Odyssey of Noises?
Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love Odyssey of Noises. Sewers is up there, and I revise it. Tombstone's my third favorite because Antichrist is probably my second favorite. But they're so close. I love them both.
I'm surprised. Yeah. The Plutonia. What is that texture? Good grief.
Texture? That texture you've just noticed that? Yes, it's the only time it's used in Plutonia. There are a couple of that. You got to remember, these the Kasalis are who did the Pharaoh textures.
Oh God.
Okay, so there are a couple where it clearly shows.
Oh God.
It clearly shows that they had to learn how to texture before they did the rest of the Plutonia textures.
What is diving station?
I don't know.
Interesting. Oh, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I really don't like the sky. E3. I hate it.
I don't know.
Rose petals.
Yeah.
Rankled silk. I don't know. It's not gore. That's
It
for
looks
certain.
like raw meat to me.
Alright, well, we'll replace the E3 sky with the TNT E3 sky, and then everything's 50 times better.
Yep.
Staircase.
Did that not raise? I hit the switch. Apparently it didn't raise.
Oh, I see, Ethel. Interesting.
Apparently I didn't hit the switch, I was being silly.
I wouldn't mind being locked in a suboceanic diving station with a grand piano and 5 years to play it. Come out with some sick-ass compositions.
Compositions.
Ass compositions.
Are those compositions composed with your ass?
I'm just visualizing what the process might be.
For composing ass compositions?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cough right to the mic.
No,
It
you
was-
did. It's okay, I understand.
It was unintentional.
No, it's cool, man. We get it. You just enjoy being a douchebag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I mute my microphone whenever I, do really offensive things. Like
Oh, doesn't that
strum on my guitar or whatever. So.
I mean, it's more what it's in combination with. I'm sure if it was combined with white and green exclusively, like light greens, then it could look surreal in the same way that, no, Perdition's Gate secret maps do. But it doesn't tile very well.
What, the, oh, you're talking about that horrible texture?
Yes.
I just think it's a horrible texture. There's a couple in Plutonia, and thankfully they're only used a couple of places. See, and now they're chain gunners.
Received an upgrade.
This map had less than 100 monsters when I started it, and then it got lost via pain elementals. Bunker! I really like this map too. This map feels this map feels like an adventure. God, there's just so many great maps in Plutonia.
Do you actually feel it's underrated, the map set?
Yeah, actually, I
mean, I mean, the question always seems to arise: Plutonia or TNT, as though that were actually in a contention in it.
no. In terms of if it actually lived up to its potential and the maps just didn't just give up, TNT.
Yep.
But in terms of actual end result, Plutonia, hands down. I mean, Plutonia is just. It's just everything. I really fucking love Plutonia, man. It's just. Oh, it's.
What about this texture here? This green and black dappled thing.
I actually don't mind it, to be perfectly honest. There's another version of it that's used in, like, one map only, in, like, one little area that actually is animated, and I think if it was animated in here, I'd like it more. Oh, you were talking about animated textures you don't expect to be animated. Plutonia actually has quite a few of them. The glowing moss,
Yes.
the pulsating wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good, I love it.
Yeah. And I actually put those all into Doom 2 Redux, the new texture set that I made.
This is most excellent news to me.
Yes, it is. Because stuff like that I just really didn't think about. Again, Doom 2 Redux's texture set was basically just me grabbing things like from everywhere to be like, I'm gonna put a million textures in it so that I have stuff to learn how to map with.
Parts of Bunker feel really Doom 1 to me.
They do, and I don't mind
And
that.
it's all because of that stone too.
The entire reason I suggested Brazil as E2 to Zazer was so I'd have an excuse to make some Plutonia maps.
Brazil, where stars were entertaining June.
I like
Sorry,
most of the new textures.
whenever someone says Brazil, I immediately think Terry Gilliam.
There are a couple of duds, but for the most part, the bricks and all that other fun stuff, I really like them.
Circus Devils Aerial Poop Show. Is that a thing? I guess.
Apparently it is. Essel's the guy who listens to all the indie hipster rock. Then he'll be like, this song is amazing, and I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, it's okay.
Well, I'm very pleased that Essel succeeded in exposing me to Robert Pollard. But
Yeah, he does. I think that the majority of his stuff is really unpolished. I think he has a couple of really great songs, and then a bunch of just it's okay, or what the fuck was he thinking songs.
yes. Granted, it's actually the right sort of musician, whose music you'd want to listen to if you're in the middle of a creative process, because he's prolific. He can come up with shit, and whether it's good or bad, it's going to inspire you. You know,
Yeah.
even the bad stuff does.
I'd actually heard a couple of Guided by Voices songs when Essel said Back to Saturn X, and then I looked up Back to Saturn X when he's like, hey, do you want to do maps for this? And I'm like, oh yeah, sure. And it just seemed like such a specific name that I looked it up, and I'm like, oh wait, I've heard this before. Although apparently, what's really odd is Back to Saturn X wasn't released until like 2010 or 3 or something. It was made in '87, but it wasn't released until recently. But I could swear I heard the track before on the radio, so it was like really odd. But apparently there was like a portion of it used in the Back to Saturn X radio report, which was like a compilation of a bunch of unused tracks.
And also a very terrible Richard Fry and Esselfordium collaboration, right?
Yeah, fuck you too. I like that you only need one key in Bunker.
Wow. There's certain segments of this that I've completely forgotten, probably for that precise reason, that I don't always need to go there.
Oh, yeah, you only need one key in Bunker. And
Like that Crusher, which looks terrible, by the way.
really? I don't mind it. I don't mind it in a... It's an old school Doom map. I'm fully okay with it looking atrociously ugly. Kind of way. I want to get both keys. I never get the blue key, and I gotta remember how to get it. I want to be the guy who only gets, you know... I don't want to be Alfonso who always skips the yellow key in,
Excuse me?
Don't you always skip the yellow key in, Courtyard? Or not Courtyard,
Citadel?
Citadel, yeah.
Not anymore, no, but it took me a long time to find it. It was only like a couple of years ago that I actually realised the proper route to get it.
Oh.
And otherwise, it was if I stumbled on it by accident, because I didn't even figure out the teleport system in the Red Castle area to the northwest. Which is perfectly logical. And if you've played Unholy Cathedral, then... People always complain about Unholy Cathedral as having, you know, been confusing, but it's really just...
I've never been confused. I've been confused by Rex's Unholy Cathedral, but I don't know.
Oh, yes, of course we saw that. That was hilarity. Most hilarity.
But then again, that map had a teleporter that literally teleports you 5 feet away from it for no fucking reason.
So wait, Rex did 2 E1 replacement things, didn't he? He did Phobos Directive.
Phobos
and
Revisited is okay. I mean, it's not. I would.
Is that like the first in the trilogy of 3 with Infernos being the third?
Yes, and it's the best by far.
I don't know why I'm asking. I'm not planning on playing it, is it?
You're just curious as to how deep the saga of Rex goes.
Yes. If you take the blue pill.
He's making another map set that is like a Half-Life conversion for Doom, and I looked at it and I can't wait to play it.
Oh, I saw that.
Hypervariant.
I just came back to say that I'm gonna go. So, good night,
Adieu.
gentlemen. Have a good.
Yeah.
I'm still on from Friday.
But of course,
I'll have to take off work early on Friday. A little bit early.
it's only going to be like an hour and a half long, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, it won't be long. Cool. All right. Well.
Yeah, but I also have to get in the allotted Superman 64 so we can beat it in a reasonable amount of time.
Oh, right. We should probably do the Tango TV thing first.
Yeah, so we're not pissed off.
Well, that too, yeah.
We just finished Tango. Oh God, fucking Superman 64. Just Tango TVs is just bitching about Superman 64.
How do you feel about these cacodemons?
I'm not a fan, but they're used in so many other good ways in Plutonia that I can forgive a couple of bad cacodemons.
What do you feel like cacodemons just because they're flying monsters, their flying utility has to be used?
If you're in a room and they're used as heavier demons, I think that can work too. But just using a Keiko demon just to use a Keiko demon, like just as a filler monster, I don't know. It's one of the more interestingly used monsters if done correctly, to the point where I would like to see it used in a flying or meat shield context.
Yes. You've got Brazil in my head now.
Oh my God, it's an Ori. Or Eori, or...
Iori!
This area feels very refueling based to me. Like, it literally feels like a scaled down version of, right here with these two pillars, feels very much like the Stone 5 room in a refueling base, and then this right up here feels like the computer to me. I don't know why, it just feels like that.
Wow, I think you're very much alone. No.
Just the shapes. I think the pillar placement offset like that is what, is what makes me feel like that. I don't know. I have to look at them and overlay them and see if I'm crazy, or how crazy I am, more specifically. Alright, cool. That's the blue key. I don't need it to exit, so let's exit and move on to... Yay, Antichrist!
Wait, what's the blue key for?
It's for the other side of the bars. You can do either side of the bars. You'd have to go back and hit the blue key switch.
Oh, right, okay, right. So you don't need it now because you have the red. So.
Yeah. Essel's voice to be high-pitched and squeaky. Essel's voice is high-pitched and squeaky. This map has 81 monsters and it's absolutely brutal.
I love it. I love it. Who's a mapper do you think that really does that well? Low monster count, high octane. You think of any off the top of your head?
Zazer did it really well in Plutonia Revisited with his map 25.
Oh yeah, Wicked Garden, that's right.
I can't think of anybody who does that as their style, though.
No.
I really would like to see more of that. I've been trying to do more brutal stuff with lower monster counts.
I think while I still have time, I might try to wean my style onto that. Because I don't even know what my style is yet. Actually, no, I do know what my style is, I just haven't exercised it properly.
I don't know.
So I've been streaming.
My style is apparently very curvy rocks. I don't know.
I believe that.
I don't really have a style because I always try and do something different with each map. It's disappointing that there's that the infinite chain gunner on this map, because it really is the only thing I don't like about this map. And there's no way to kill it. Yay, he had a good interview. That's good to hear.
It's good to hear.
What is his Doom Twin map?
Sorry?
Ori's Doom to the Way.
Alright, so you haven't played it, have you? No.
No.
Was never completed in the first place, yeah.
I go this way. Dude, E2 of No End in Sight 2 is going to be Brazil. I suggested jungle, and then Zazer's like, well, we have to figure out a way how to shoehorn in, Dead End. So I just said, do Brazil, so you can have a city map right next to a jungle map, and it, just whatever, you're in Brazil.
Yeah, Dead End's like Rio de Janeiro. Just do it. Just do it. Well, I wonder what happens if Ari does actually finish his A3 map. I don't know, kind of tricky. It's good. Problem is, it's another Romero map. I've already won over the Romero quota, and that's fine. You get like 1 over. Maybe, 2 over, I'm not sure. I like the map layout on this so much more than in Final Frontier.
Yes, I agree, it's more connected.
It has more interesting vistas. I don't know, the architecture is a lot more.
Essel needs to put fucking monsters and make his 2 maps playable.
You would think it's so simple.
I don't get why people have a hard time with thing placement.
Oh, if thing placement is the only thing I actually have to do, I mean, as long as if only I could enjoy the texture selection process, then my maps would just be churned out. Because literally that's...
Really? Texture selection. How many completed or waiting for monsters? Yay, sewers.
maps that we have?
At this point, yeah.
Oh, let's take a look at it, Mr. Gumby. Let's see, the Gorge, the Shipyard, the Sanctum, and the bit so 4.
No, I mean total counting playable maps.
Playable maps that don't have any monsters in them.
No, like all together, how many
playable
finished maps do we have? Yeah.
Okay, let's see. 20.
That's sexy.
It is pretty good. With 20 completable maps, and that could easily be 24. If the monsters were placed for those 4 maps. And that's excluding Hexoil, but that's just excluding. I actually have
So it's 24.
I'm
24 was the answer to my question. I wanted to know how many done and waiting, like counting the monster list.
Right, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, 24 then, 24.
Yeah.
It's good. It's very impressive. It also pains me to say that 3.5 of those are mine. The ones waiting in the wings. So actually, I'm over half of the incomplete status of this map. It's pretty appalling. It is pretty appalling. I don't know what status is on map 31.
Oh yeah, Vorticon.
Because I know that he has to get the sprites for that. And
I don't think he has. Oh wait, he does. SS Nazis. It's a shame it can only have one type of monster, but oh well.
no, he actually used the SS Nazi for the dope fish, unless he switches that round again.
Oh, so I guess Commander Kane.
Remember? Because you loaded up Wolfenstein and there were dope fish.
Oh yes. That was amazing, by the way. That was just fan-fucking-tastic when I got rushed by those dope fish. And then the following level was one dope fish.
Which bugged. Oh. Yeah, and by the way, I was actually able to lock him into the loop. It's all about timing, if you can get it, like...
That's what I thought. It's if a rocket hits him right as he's about to charge every single time.
Yeah.
One of the things I really like, that's another Dario thing, is Milo mixes monsters up more. Dario prefers, like, just robust hordes of same monster types.
I kind of like that.
I like a mixture of both. I fucked that up. The plural of dope fish is, I don't know.
Don't say it. Don't
No.
say what I think you're gonna say.
The plural of dope fish is literally, I don't know. That's like, what do you have a...
That is the plural of dope fish, is dope fish. Dope fish. Fish is already a plural.
No. I'm saying it literally is I don't know. I have a horde of I don't know chasing me.
No, I know that's what you're saying, and it's retarded. So I'm correcting you by saying fish is already collected.
But, never mind, Alfonso, you don't get it.
I minded, and I wish I hadn't.
Why am I dying to Mankybot? I have 200 cells.
I know filmmakers who use subtext in their films and they're all cowards. What I was really asking in that scene was, what if we continue to pay peanuts to workers? Will they literally turn into monkeys?
Garth Marenghi is amazing. Oh wait, there's this room over here. Isn't this room over here an optional suburbs-esque room, if I remember correctly?
Suburbs-esque. Oh no, this is Monster Condo Redux.
That's right,
here.
yeah, it is. But I think there's a suburb secret. Isn't there an ice shooty in this?
I think it was in Death Domain. I did that. Oh, there was a switch. After all the eyes. Maybe. Venture forth. Look on.
Yeah, this is Monster Condo Redux right here. I really like that Archviles don't have a melee attack because it just lets you block them into things. Oh, there even is a yellow key at the end of it, so it is fully Monster Condo Redux. For Monster Condo, I'm totally just like basing the layout of Crater backwards for Doom 2 Redux. just for the idea of using that alternate side path in an actual effective manner.
Monster Fundo. It's not even a pun.
2 free days in a row on my sleep schedule. Dude, man.
So when you have free time, do you just elect to stick to your regular sleep schedule, not having many hours at all to sleep with?
No. When I sleep on the weekends, I usually will sleep for like 10 hours.
Okay. Right. Does that screw up your schedule?
Not at all, because I'm used to waking up.
You
early.
used to waiting for that amount of time to have that long to sleep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, because that's what I did when I was in school: is work install all day, go to class at night, and then that was fucking miserable no sleep shit that sucked for like the first year, but then I got used to it and I was like, oh, okay, well this is just what it is.
I went for walks on the pier, and then went to class.
Alfonso, you're a bum and you're a drain on society, and you're a reason why the commie bastards have taken over. I hope you're happy.
I was employed by the communists to be lazy.
You're employed by the communists to be lazy.
Yes.
No, I find that funny because I'm extremely liberal on a lot of issues, but then like when it comes to like working, all my compassion just goes right out the window, and I don't even care. It's like, no, I understand you're in a bad economic position and you're just unlucky, but I don't give a crap. Get a job, you lazy bum. It's my money. Stop spending it.
Stand in the sewage.
It's
Well,
deep water.
poisonous.
It is deep.
It's deep water, I know, but they can't attack you when you're standing there, correct?
No, you're right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
It's a doomism.
That deep water. At least it's damaging in this instance, and you don't have a rad suit, unlike Cesspool. Fuck that map, man.
Wait, which cesspool?
The Memento Mori Cesspool.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant Sigma tier cesspool, because there's actually a similar setup in that.
Oh well, it's a Sigma tier map, so I probably don't like it either.
Done got raped? You done got raped, yeah.
This is a really devious ambush.
It really is. You can deviously duck behind the, yeah, there, but,
Then you
I feel
get,
like that's what they want you to do, to be honest.
yeah, but then again, it's a double-edged sword because then you get boxed in there with the horde after you.
Or as Garth Marenghi says, it was a double-edged point.
It's a double-edged point. That's right. The doors to Dark Place were open.
Not the literal doors,
yeah.
most of which were closed.
Yeah.
I just love that in the actual show, Dark Place, he often goes off on tangents to explain to explain what you're saying, like these star-crossed lovers, Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
And then proceeds to, yeah.
I love that just his entire persona thinks he's about 7 times smarter than he actually is.
Yes.
Also, nice lift alignment, John. Oh, you have like 20 rad suits for this part. Wow, I totally spaced on that.
Yeah. I was wondering what the deal was there.
I just didn't pay attention at all because we were talking about something. There was a secret yellow door I need to go get. I forget what's behind it. I think it's a walk over BFG pickup or something really odd like that that uses a voodoo doll.
Walk over Bifk. Oh.
Yeah, this is it.
No,
Yep.
no, any
you
walk
just,
over.
Yep, you just walk over that plate and you pick up a BFG via voodoo
Wow.
doll. It's also a one-time pickup because of that. Because if you have 600, it won't do anything.
That's I didn't realize that. Never noticed that at all. Please tell me. Also, comp spam. Don't know what the hell that was doing there.
Is your
This this almost reminds me of the mill. This part, for some reason. Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They love that recurring archvile motif, don't they?
dude? Teleporting archvalves are awesome.
They are. They keep you in the edge of your seat.
They do. I think that archval should just come pre-coded with the ability to teleport. So they could
It's
be
fast, hard to kill, resurrects dead monsters,
and
cast spells,
teleport.
and teleports. Fucking hell, these guys are common. In Plutonia.
Why? Because it'd be awesome. Yay! Odyssey of Noises. Ready, Clev, 29. I want a pistol start this map.
Wow, it's amazing how in replaying this, I don't like the music selection for this map.
I actually don't mind it at all. It feels very fast beat, like running around some city streets.
Yeah, but it also feels like it's supposed to be punchy, quick, and short.
That's true.
Wow, this is a Downtown ripoff, that little demon room.
Upon replaying this, you realize just how much the half of Plutonia maps are just
No.
doomed.
How the isolated concepts in the buildings are also reminiscent of some downtown encounters, not just the setup.
Yes. Although there's a thematic consistency in this map versus downtown. I'm trying to remember where the super shotgun is. It's been a while. I'll find it. I think it's over here.
Oh my god, Australia, is that thunder outside? Oh, please. Oh, God. I'm one of those people who gets really excited at the prospect of a natural disaster.
Oh, really?
It feels like a total dickhead when it starts to actually cause damage.
Alfonso, you asshole, you.
That's a natural part of the human psyche, though, isn't it? Really, to get excited at the prospect of things being destroyed.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the same sort of thrill I get when I kick over another kid's sandcastle. I'm just kidding. I'm not that big of a turd.
I don't know, Alfonso. I'd believe you do it.
So, we build castles in the sand to illustrate disaster, Tarnsman. Create, destroy, bemuse, employ, with pleasure, greed, and laughter. But if this prose refuse to rhyme, well, that exists no greater crime. I'd remedy, we'd start and sing. The king returns, hark and sing. These are my lyrics, by the way.
See?
Yeah. Are you impressed? Let's start a band. That's a terrible idea. Let's don't start a band. I like these window cutouts.
Yes. They're quite smexy. I also like that the texture makes them seem less square than they actually are.
Excellent. Excellent at Doom. This is one of the only proper sandbox maps, isn't it, for Plutonia? It could be the only sandbox map.
Yeah, it is.
Comes at a good time as well. It's like an appropriate map for Map 29.
It does. It's big, it's open, it's wide. I like it.
It's an Odyssey of Noises.
It is. It's a great map name, Odyssey of Noises.
It's an astoundingly great map. Also, I love that Cyber Demon area.
Yes.
Absolutely.
The giant lava crater in the middle. I actually think it's blood.
Yeah.
There's a Oh wait, I have the plasma gun herpaderp. There's always some way that I would tackle that cyber demon. I'm trying to remember. Let's see if I can 100% the map.
Barons.
There's a lot of lighting effects in Plutonia that I don't really I don't remember until I look at them. Like just the amount of directional lighting that's used in Plutonia.
It's probably because it's not really heavy contrast.
Yeah.
It's very subtle.
We'll kill that archfowl before he starts causing problems.
Yeah. I was never particularly a fan of Archvile pillars that don't have monster blocking lines on them. Wow, he's already gone to town. No, that's just released.
No, that's just release monsters.
Yeah. See, Revenants and Demons, I don't know, en masse, that's kind of an odd combination for me.
I don't know, if they come from two different directions, I think they can be an outstandingly deadly combination because the demons meat blocking you into revenants.
Absolutely.
Where is it? There's a secret over here somewhere. Where a bunch of those demons were released from. I think it's right over here, yeah. Oh, they haven't been released. Oh, here's where I fight the cyber demon from.
Like a bitch?
Like a bitch, yep.
That's a terrible location. Why don't we just fire down the guts on the open street?
Because... wait for it.
Monsters coming up behind you and...
Because there's less distance here with the travel distance from the plasma. That's why I do it. So there's less chance of him walking out of it, and more of it's gonna hit him.
Yes, okay. This could very well be correct. Well, I don't know. Slime Vaults. Jimmy's Mappa 9 from Genesis is a sewer map. It's pretty good. Doesn't have sewer in the title, and it's green instead of brown sludge, but...
He fired 4. I can't count. Oh no, I guess yeah. I think that because right here is too open, that's why I don't do it. There's too much stuff shooting at me as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just do it from where we're doing it now. You know? And just, engage pro-dodging mode.
I need to go pick up more ammo anyways.
This, wow. There are parts of this map that really appeal to me because it's almost similar to my style, how I would map.
In terms of
just really deep height differences in order to exaggerate architecture. That's my sort of style, I like that.
yeah. I also really like this map because it's tall, but it's not just tall.
I mean, actually, you'll see with map 19, which is a sandbox city map. I'm doing where the similarities are, sort of thing. So it's more incentive for me to finish it, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, you should really finish that. I want to see it.
The thing is, I'm probably only about like 3 hours work away from it. If I could just get in the groove, and
Actually finish it?
I'm not like you times when I can't just sit down and just make it happen. I either have to be the planets have to align for me to complete a map, essentially. No, that's not. If I know what I'm doing and I have an idea, it's just that I'm trying to finalize the last few ideas. And without the ideas, I can't really map anything. I can't map in order to create the ideas as I go. So I have to envision it beforehand. So the other maps that I have, concept heavy, and so they're really easy to do.
Why did I fuck that up?
Royally.
See, I can't map unless I map on the fly. Like, it has...
Yeah, I can do that.
This is how I map. Oh, there's some plasma. Did I miss some over there too? No, kill the
Hold, right. Did you kill the Cyberdemon?
No, I ran out of plasma and I decided to go find some and come back to it.
So how much better is this Cyber than Interception Cyberdemon?
About 1,000,000 times better because there's not a million of them on every map. Or there's not 1,000,000 in the entire episode, I mean. There's only not counting the secret levels, I want to say 3 cyber demons in 4 cyber demons in Plutonia.
Wow.
Map 12, map 6, map 19, and this map.
That's astounding.
Oh, I guess map 32. Yeah, there's one on map 30. I forgot about that one.
Right.
Because I don't like...
We don't count those maps.
I actually think I might just not play map 30 this time around. I don't count map 30. I mean...
Map 30 actually has a detached deathmatch area, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think it does. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it does.
Much as Memento Mori 2, some of the maps do there, I think, or at least just map 1.
Don't a couple Requiem maps have it?
I haven't checked.
I know a couple
Maybe.
Alien Vendetta maps have it. That's another map set that I need to play through again.
Alien Vendetta.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have not
That
played.
was-
I haven't played through it quite a long time, and I want to see if I still think it's one of the best of all time, or if I think it doesn't hold up very well.
It seems like whenever, you know, name the inevitable, name your top 10 maps come up. So map sets, Alien Vendetta, however, these sort of map sets always make it in, but at this point it's almost as though it's just habitually included. Like, you get the opinion that some people include those in their top 10 even though they probably haven't played it in, like, 10 years or something. Hang on, it hasn't been 10 years since it's been released. 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Just gotten to that point, you know?
No, I do that when I'm streaming the Green Herring because I have a tendency to not pay attention and so I die a lot because I'm talking with Alfonso and I don't like to constantly repeat the same thing over and over again. Especially because we're doing this in an interest to get through the map in a quick amount of time. I did never notice that blood was 20% damaging. Also that I massively fucked up and
Super Hell Slime. Is that an inescapable pit there?
no, there are no inescapable pits. Not in Plutonia, in this map. I was about to say in Plutonia, and I was like, oh, actually, there are a fuck ton of inescapable pits in Plutonia.
One of which you fell into.
Indeed, yes. Plutonia hell maps aren't that helly. Plutonia has a distinct style, and it pretty much sticks to it the whole way through.
In fact, if you change the sky back to A1 sky, it wouldn't feel out of place at all. Almost barely, really.
It wouldn't at all. And again, when that's when people bring up that hey, back to Saturn X, back to Satan X, back to Saturn X is samey as fuck. It's like, have you played Plutonia or Plutonia 2? I mean, and I don't consider that a negative. It's just pointing out that there are plenty of really, and it's not because the map set is so many maps. It's, there are longer map sets that are much more samey.
Temple of Darkness is pretty helly, though.
Temple of Darkness is pretty helly, but again, it breaks into the standard Plutonia theme for several rooms.
Yes.
But yeah, the penultimate map of Plutonia, before I think a couple of penultimatals have been released, is at 152 right now. I think that says quite a bit about, you know, what's a penultimate map for Plutonia 2? Like 500 monsters?
Something ridiculous, yeah. Do you think had limitations not been an issue, earlier map sets would have included a heck of a lot more monsters than they do? I mean, I imagine they would have, but do you think that there was it's just something about that era that had a preference to that sort of gameplay?
No, I think it definitely limits them.
Yeah.
Again, just like I think the reason why Plutonia maps are also short and sweet is that again, when they made their maps for TNT, they got rejected and had to go back and revise all their maps because they were too big. And I think they were just like, fuck that, we're not doing that again. So let's make maps that we know will make it. It's a yellow key switch somewhere around here. I gotta remember where it is so I can go hit it. I think it's right here. Yeah, here it is.
So do you think maybe there's just been a realization for some people of the preference of the sort of lower monster count style gameplay? That preference only came about when, I guess, larger monster counts started being used.
Yeah, well, definitely, because, yeah, a larger monster... whatever. I wanted to kill those Mankey back. Who are the KS guys again? I know Goose does one.
Oh, there's Adolf somebody, and...
That's at Adolf and Gustav.
Yeah.
And yeah, it definitely shows that the Karma Sutra guys did a bunch of Plutonia 2. I don't know why I'm so wedded to it. Hell to Pay had some really cool low monster count maps, and then they got old fast.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
And those monster counts typically trebled because of paint elementals.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun, I guess.
I think that using a boss monster to make your map harder is the wrong thing to do. I think you need to use a boss monster to use a boss monster.
Yes. Oh, is Essel still listening? Because I just was reminded when you said that of Dead End again. Not Dead End, Dead Sea. And how that SP... that red room immediately after that encounter felt sort of filler to me.
One of Essel's filler room.
Yeah, another Essel filler room. And how it would be better if the player just teleported from the Cyber Demon encounter to the... just outside the gazebo wherever it is the player goes after they exit that red area.
And then we were talking about how I find those gazebos ugly, and they remind me of the gazebos in, the gazebo in, Gotcha.
No way in hell!
It does feel like a filler room, though. Alphonse is right about that. It's kind of like, it's there.
If you didn't remove it, I wouldn't complain.
I think Dead Sea is big enough that it can have a couple filler rooms, because Sandy Maps did have a couple filler rooms in them occasionally.
Sure.
Oh, we were just talking... Oh, no, okay, this one doesn't have this little bit. I was about to eat my words, but don't have
to. Are you getting 100% kills? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but I'm failing miserably at it because there's a horde of Caco demons that are roaming around. Fuck it. Alright, Audit, I think that level can be made incompletable. If you don't go into the exit right there in the end and jump off the side. Gateway of Hell. I always got the impression that Plutonia never left Earth. That you just got closer and closer to like the gateway that they were
Yeah.
coming out of.
Starts off in the Democratic Republic of Congo, then and then goes to what, I don't know, fucking Johannesburg or something. I don't know. Also, I always got the impression that E4 was set in Denmark. Don't ask.
Why did you always get the red? Because the old castles.
Well, no, well, yeah, that and the fact that it's, I don't know, the sky. I don't know. Fuck, I don't know. This feels gives me the impression of it all being staged on a flat sort of landscape. I don't know why.
There are other flat countries that aren't Denmark.
I know. That's why it's bizarre. Okay. It could be fucking Holland. In fact, that's probably better.
Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't know that these were damaging sectors.
Maybe that's a misremembered E1 M8. Or maybe that's just a design decision that fails. Or wins. Or whatever. I like this map 30, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, compared to many map 30s, you know.
Yeah, you know, I actually don't mind it. I think it works.
Is it told Gateway to Hell or Gateway of?
Gateway of Hell.
Oh.
But
If it was to Hell, then it would support the Earth theory.
wow, I fucked that up. God damn it! Why am I failing at something so basic?
Really? I always struggle with icon fights.
The TNT icon fight's really fucking weird. I actually like Last Call.
Yes, I love Lost Call.
I used to be terrified of icon fights when I was a kid because I'd do them with ID DQD.
And then, then all of a sudden your screen would just go red. Because telefragging happened. Well, that's that then, isn't it?
That's Plutonia. If I had to make a list of my favorite WADs of all time, it'd be in the top 3 with Doom 2 as well. It's really great. I fucking love it.
Did you say iWads or just WADs?
Just WAD. There's only 4. Just WADs in general.
Really? iWads and PWads combined? You would put Plutonia and Doom 2 in the top 3?
For enjoyability and replayability.
This
yeah.
is your last chance. Well,
Top 5. Let's go with top 5. I'd really have to think about it. The top 5 would probably all be ties. So. Just Plutonia and Doom 2 are map sets that I can come back to after any amount of time and still enjoy them, regardless of their age.
that's true to say. Actually, that's true to say.
And same for Doom 1, but I prefer Plutonia and Doom 2 over Doom 1. Just because I think they have a higher quality overall. Like, I can only think of, like, 1 or 2 Doom 2 maps that I don't really like, and that's only, I actually want to see something. Because I think this texture is only used in one place in Plutonia. Hell Monsters. This is an important pile of socks. Bly. Yeah, that glowing moss texture, that's the boss's brain. I think it's only used there. I'd have to check.
Wow.
It's a really cool texture, and I don't know why it wouldn't be used elsewhere. Let me see if it's used in Omen.
It's pulsing like fuck.
Yeah, IDB hold L. Where would it be used in Omen? IDB hold L. Thank you. Hey, Clef. No. Again, I really like this outside room with the spiders on it. Anyways, Jimmy, your question... Oh, Jimmy's not here. About how these all move differently is because they're all starting at different heights, so they hit the ground and move back up at different times.
Yes, I discovered that in my E2M6 map for doing the way I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh, wait,
which is why
here
they
it is,
said-
dude. Here it is.
Looks exceptionally cool.
I don't like how it goes down one.
Yeah, no, I was about to say that it sort of offsets itself. And,
Uh,
why is it doing that?
if it could all stay in the same place, the whole animation, that'd be probably better.
We could fix that if wants to.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty cool texture. I'm trying to.
Okay.
All right, that's all.
Skedaddle.
Yep. That could probably be fixed for No One in Sight 2. Yeah, it probably could. It's a really cool texture. I'd like to see it used in more places. So, yeah. Again, No One in Sight 2, the only reason I said that E2 should be Brazil is because I want to make Plutonia maps. And we really should do Plutonia the way that Casillas did. It'd be a really cool experiment, I think.
Cool. I'm gonna have to start getting into working on a team name then.
Go for it. Get to work on a team name. And I would like to do Doom 64 the way it would, and also, whatchamacallit, TNT the way, Evolution the way TNT did.
Yes. That's quite a lot on our plate there, Tonsman.
We could pump it out in like 2 months. If we weren't lazy.
We could. We'll see.
We'll see. Alright. Tomorrow, I'll start Plutonia 2 after we endure.
Don't. I mean, don't fucking remind me.
Of Superman 64, man.
I was having a good,
We played Plutonia. It was fun, and then Superman 60 fucking 4. All right, bye, man.
Okay, see you later.